Hello students, good morning to you all. I am very glad to meet you through this online class. I hope you all are safe and fine at your home, right? So, I am Baby Shah from Department of Science. I am going to teach you chemistry in this academic year, okay? So, in science totally we have 25 lessons. Out of this 25 lessons, 7 lessons from chemistry, okay? So, unit 10 to unit 16 from chemistry, unit 1 to unit 9 from physics, then 10 to 16 chemistry, okay? So, today we are going to discuss about the unit 10, okay? The name of the unit is matter around us, okay? What is the name of the unit? Matter around us. So, where the matter is located, from the heading itself you can understood, matter around us. Once you look around you, you can see some things, okay, lot of things you can see. So, that will comes under matter, okay. So, matter around us. See, matter is anything that has mass and occupying space. That means anything in the world. Okay, once you look around you, you can see lot of things, right? So, anything in the world that has mass and occupying space is called as matter. Okay, what is matter? Anything that has mass and occupying space is called as matter. Some example, see this first picture, balloon. Okay, in this balloon contains gases, right? So, they have some mass. Okay, so, and this balloon is occupying the space. Okay, it has own mass and it need space, right? So that is a matter. And see next one, glass of water. Okay, so this one also have mass and it was occupying little space. Okay, so that is a matter. And see some books are there, it occupying some space, they have some mass also, some weight. Okay, so these will comes under matter. But the sunlight, sound, force, energy, it is not a matter. Why it is not a matter means they don't have mass. Mass means what? Weight. Okay, so they don't have mass, so it will not comes under matter. Remaining all these living things as well as non-living things will comes under matter. Have you understood? Okay. Then next we are going to discuss about classifications of matter. So based on this physical state and chemical composition, matters are classified. Okay, so based on the physical state, matter is classified into 3 types, that is solid, liquid and gas. Okay, based on the physical state, matter is classified into how many types? So, 3 types. What are they? Solid, liquid, gas. In your 8th standard itself, you are studying these things, right? So, how the matters are arranged in solid, liquid and gas? In solid, if you are taking solid, it contains some molecules, right? So, the molecules are arranged in tightly packed manner. Okay, molecules are arranged in tightly packed manner. All the matters present in the universe are made up of smallest particle. Okay, all the substance that present in the universe are made up of smallest particle, that is called as atoms. So, in the solid, the atoms or the molecules or atoms are tightly arranged. Okay, in liquid, the molecules are arranged in loosely manner. In gas, the molecules are arranged very loosely manner. So, based on the physical state, matter is classified into 3 types. What are they? Solid, liquid and gas. You are very familiar about this topic, right? So, next, now we are going to discuss about chemical composition. Based on the chemical composition, how the matter was classified. Okay, so based on the chemical composition, matter is classified into 2 types. Okay, matter is classified into 2 types. So, first one, pure substance, then second one, impure substance. So, this pure substance is further classified into elements and compounds. Okay, pure substance is further classified into elements and compounds. Okay, so elements, first we can study about the elements. So many of you interested in music, right? Many of you interested in music. So music, how you will compose this music? They have some basic musical notes, right? So sa, re, ga, ma, ba. So these are the basic musical notes. So these basic musical notes are building block of music. Okay, these are the building block of music. So like that, all substance on the earth are made up of certain simple substance that is called as elements. Okay, all substance on earth are made up of certain simple substance that is called as what? Elements. Some examples given: plants. If you are taking plants, plants contains chlorophyll, right? So it contains carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. These are the elements. So they are the building block of these plants. Okay, so cats means it contains bones, blood, right? So it contains calcium, iron. Okay, so they are the elements. So like that, all these things, even our human body also contains elements. You all know iron, calcium. So lot of elements present in our human body, right? So these elements are building block of all materials. Okay, elements are, this is the 1 mark question, which is what are the building block of all materials? Elements. Okay, so which one is the building block of all materials? Elements. Okay, and you heard about the word periodic table. These elements are arranged in a periodic table, modern periodic table. Okay, in modern periodic table there are 118 elements are there. Okay, how many elements present in modern periodic table? This is also 1 mark question. How many elements present in modern periodic table? 118 elements. So out of this 118 elements, 92 elements are naturally occurring elements. Okay, 92 elements are naturally occurring elements, and remaining 26 elements are artificially created elements. Okay, so in periodic table contains 118 elements. Out of these 118 elements, 92 elements are naturally occurring element, and remaining 26 elements are artificially created elements. Okay, so the name of this element was used by Robert Boyle. Okay, so who used this name? Element Robert Boyle. If you have book, please you underlined it. It is given page number 114. Please you underlined it. Otherwise you should take note. Okay, take note and write down. Okay, so Robert Boyle used the name element. Okay, for any substance that cannot be broken down further. In element we cannot be broken down further. Okay, for example, if you are taking chalk piece, so when you broke this chalk piece, you will get 2 pieces. Okay, at finally broke it again, at finally you will be get a powder form of chalk piece, right? So if you take a particle of this chalk powder, it also will contain some elements, okay, that contains calcium, carbon, oxygen. Okay, so we cannot be broke down further into simpler substance. Okay, the elements cannot be broken down further into a simpler substance. Okay, not only this this chalk piece, any other things. If you are taking iron also, we cannot be broken down into simpler substance. If you are taking aluminium, if you broke this aluminium, again you will be get aluminium only. Okay, so we cannot be broken down further into simpler substance. Okay, have you understood? And atoms, that is the smallest unit of an element. Okay, molecule means that is a compounds. Okay, so see, elements cannot be broken down into simpler substance. Some examples given: copper, oxygen, hydrogen. These are the examples for elements. Okay, then compounds. Compounds means these are the molecules. Okay, compounds as well as molecules. Okay, so two or more elements interact together. Okay, two or more element interact together to form a new substance, that is called as compounds. Okay, what is compounds? Two or more element interact together, that is called as it will form new substance, that is called as compounds. These compounds can be broken down into elements by chemical reaction. So using the chemical reaction we can break these compounds. Okay, example, water, then sugar, salt, etc. These are the things we can break down by using chemical reaction. Okay, so and see this elements are classified into three types, that is metal, non-metal and metalloids. Okay, elements are classified into how many types? Metal, non-metal and metalloids. So in periodic table contains how many elements? Can you say? 118 elements. Okay, periodic table contains how many elements? 118 elements. In this 118 elements, most of the elements are metals. Okay, most of the elements are metals. Nearly 80% elements are metals. Okay, remaining will comes under non-metal and metalloid. Okay, so can you say some example for metal? Okay, everyone is using gold, right? So gold is a metal, then iron is a metal, then aluminium is a metal. Lot of metals given: copper, chromium, gold, mercury. These are the example for metal. Then non-metal means gaseous compounds. Okay, so carbon, oxygen, neon, chlorine, these are the non-metals. Okay, hydrogen. Okay, this also can write this non-metal, under the non-metal. Okay, and what is mean by metalloid? So metal, you know, non-metal also you know. Metalloids means it contains both the character of metal and non-metal. Okay, so metalloids means what? It contains both the character of metal and non-metal. Some examples given, that is boron, silicon, germanium, arsenic. Okay, these are the examples for metalloids. Have you understood? So elements are classified into three types, that is metal, non-metal and metalloid. So modern periodic table contains how many elements? 118 elements. So here 80% of elements are metals, remaining will comes under non-metal and metalloid. Okay, so metal example, copper, chromium, gold, mercury. And non-metal example, carbon, oxygen, neon, chlorine. Okay, then metalloid means what? It contains both the character of metal and non-metal. Okay, example for metalloids: boron, silicon, germanium, arsenic. Okay, so next we can see the compounds. So already I told you, compounds means two or more element combined together to form a new substance, that is called as compounds. Okay, see, when two or more elements combine chemically to form a new substance, that new substance is called as a compound. Okay, example for this compound, cane sugar. Okay, this cane sugar is made with three elements. Okay, what are the elements present in cane sugar? Carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, cane sugar contains what are the elements? Carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. So the chemical formula of cane sugar is C12H22O11. Okay, chemical formula of cane sugar is C12H22 and O11. Okay, so not only this cane sugar, we can write some other example also. Common salt also we can write. Common salt, water. Okay, in our daily food we are using the common salt. Do you know the formula for common salt? Sodium chloride, NaCl. Okay, common salt formula NaCl. That is also a compound. Okay, and water formula you all know. What is water formula? H2O. Okay, so that is also a compound. So see, these compounds are made up of a metal and non-metal. Okay, mostly compounds are made with metal and non-metal. Okay, see this sodium chloride, it is a compound made up of metal sodium. Okay, sodium chloride formula Na. So sodium symbol is Na. Okay, so metal sodium and non-metal chlorine. Okay, chlorine formula Cl. So see, this is Na, sodium and chlorine. It will form a compound. Okay, NaCl. This is a salt. Okay, common salt. So next we are going to study about the difference between elements and compounds. Okay, so can you say some difference? So lot of things we discussed under this element and compound, right? So from this flow chart we can say this this difference between elements and compounds. Okay, so see, you can say one difference: elements cannot be broken down into simpler substance, right? And compounds, you can write, it can be broken down into elements by chemical reaction. Elements cannot be broken down, but compounds can be broken down. This is one difference. Okay, and another difference: elements contain same kind of atom. Okay, elements contain same kind of atom. Okay, if you are taking copper, coal you all know, right? So coal contains carbon. Okay, coal contains carbon. This carbon coal contains repeating unit of carbon. When you broke this coal, you will be get carbon compounds only. Okay, so it contains same kind of atom, only one kind of atom, but compounds, it contain different kinds of atoms. Okay, so let's we see the difference. So see, first difference, made up of only one kind of atom. Okay, element made up of only one kind of atom, but compounds made up of more than one kind of atom. Okay, it made up of more than one kind of atom. Then see the second point, see the third point. Second point later I will explain. Okay, so third point, cannot be broken down into simpler substance. Here it can be broken down into simpler substance, okay, by chemical method. So this point already we discussed this too, right? So this one, see the second point, the smallest particle that retain all its properties is an atom. Okay, so that means in elements it will shows its own property. Okay, elements will shows own property. Example, coal. Okay, this is a coal. Okay, if you broke this coal contains which element? Carbon. Okay, this coal contains carbon element, fully it made with carbon. Okay, so if you broke this coal, you will be get 2 carbon pieces. Okay, again if you broke, you will be get 2 more carbon pieces. Like that, whenever you are breaking this carbon, until it crushed, you will be get carbon compound only. It contains continuous carbon compounds, carbon element. Okay, so it will shows its own property. Okay, so in this elements, it will shows its own property. Whatever you are doing, you will be get its own properties. Okay, that is given. The smallest particle that retain all its properties is an atom. It will shows only its atoms. Okay, properties of atoms. Okay, so if you are seeing this smallest particle, the smallest particle of coal, the property of coal is black in color. Okay, carbon, it contains carbon, this unit of carbon. Okay, continuous unit of carbon. Okay, so it shows its own property. That is the point. Okay, the second point, it shows its own property. Okay, but here you see compound, the smallest particle that retain all its properties is the molecule. So see, this is the smallest particle, sodium and chlorine. Okay, sodium and chlorine. So these are the smallest particle. When these smallest particle combine together, when the smallest particle react together, it will form a new substance that is called as compound, right? So when these two elements combine together, the property is a change. See, the sodium is a harmful. Okay, harmful one. Okay, this chlorine is a poisonous gas, you know. When these two combine together, it is giving a salt. It does not show this property here. Okay, so that is given in this point. See, the smallest particle that retains all its properties is the molecule. Okay, the molecule, it will shows the molecule property. Here the molecule is the salt. Okay, it will shows the molecule property. It does not show the property of sodium. It does not show the property of chlorine. Okay, if it shows the property of chlorine, it is a poisonous gas, right? It does not show the property of element. It shows the property of molecule. Have you understood? So here the point is the smallest particle that retain all its properties is an atom. That means it shows its own property, but here it does not show its own property. It shows the properties of the molecule. Okay, it shows the property of the new compounds. Have you understood the difference? So first point, made up of only one kind of atom. Here made up of more than one kind of atom. Okay, 2 or 3. Okay, then second point, the smallest particle that retain all its properties is an atom. Shows the properties is an atom, but here it shows the properties of the molecule. Okay, here the element cannot be broken down into simpler substance. This compound, it can be broken down into simpler substance. It can be broken down into elements by chemical methods. This is a 4-mark question. In this question, they will ask example also. Okay, so you have to write here only 3 points are there, right? So you have to write the 4th point also. Example, here you should write. Okay, example, hydrogen, carbon, oxygen, some elements example you should write. Okay, should not write the molecules. Here you should note the elements. Okay, if you have note means just you note it here. 4th point, example, hydrogen, comma, carbon, comma, oxygen. Okay, and see here compound example, note it, NaCl, that means sodium chloride. Okay, NaCl, comma, H2O, water. Okay, see, this is a water. Okay, this is the structure for water. When you see this water molecule, here this one H, this one O, this one O. Hydrogen, oxygen, oxygen. When you broke this substance into smaller pieces, you will get more H2O compounds. Okay, and some questions are given. Okay, so you should go through the video and find out the answer. Write it in your note. Okay, class note you have, no, there you should write it, and every week you should submit that note in our school. Okay, so see the first question, what is called as building block of materials? Okay, if you listen the class, you can say the answer now, right? So what is called as building block of materials? Okay, then second question, modern periodic table contains how many elements? Okay, in modern periodic table contains how many elements? Then 4-mark question, write the difference between elements and compounds with example. Okay, now only we discussed this question. So you mark this table fully, and the 4th point you should note it here. What are the examples? Hydrogen, carbon, oxygen. Hydrogen, comma, carbon, comma, oxygen. Okay, here compound example, NaCl, comma, H2O. Okay, so I hope all you understood this lesson. If you have any doubt, you can ask me through the interactive session. Okay, So thank you students.